And welcome to Lady Leaf Softball here in sunny Florida. We're about ready to go here. We didn't get a lot of time to, we watched the players warm up. We didn't get a lot of time to introduce anything, but we're about ready for the first pitch here. It's the Lady Leafs versus a team from New Jersey, Stevens, and there's the first pitch by Emily Zadaraka, and that thing is a rocket to the right field fence. Runners around second, all the way to third base. So welcome to Florida Lady Leafs. This is the third game the Lady Leafs have played here. They've been successful in the first two. That batter was named Petricino. Again, this team is from Stevens High School in New Jersey. Lady Leafs start here. The pitcher is Emily Zadaraka. The catcher, Jenna Mickley. Second batter pitches inside. Second batter here looking to drive this run home. So the Lady Leafs not off to a little bit of a shaky start, with the first pitch being rocketed to the right field fence. Second pitch is a strike. So we got a 1-1 count on the batter, number 16, Dempsey. Robin Schaefer's at second base. You can see her back. Oh, inside pitch. Just about hit that batter. Emily Zadaraka again on the mound is number 3. 2-1 count on the batter here. Pitch is outside, so 3-1. Emily's trying to find the strike zone. We have Katie Lenz at shortstop, and she'll be batting third for the Lady Leafs. Jenna Mickley, the catcher, as I mentioned, behind the plate in that blue gear. And there's a swing and miss by the batter, and I missed the strike pitch in there somewhere, so that was a 3-2 pitch, and the batter strikes out. So there's the first out recorded for the Lady Leafs. With the runner at third base, Stevens has their leadoff batter at third base. Third batter, number 3 batter, comes up. Her name is Howard, number 10, Howard. Lindsay Bigley will be the 5th batter for the Lady Leafs. She's in playing third base, trying to catch them ready as they come on screen here. And there's Coach Doubles taking the gate right by the dugout. Brooke Anderson, number 10, playing first base. The camera just screened by. A high pitch by Emily Zadaraka. I wish that umpire would hold his fingers up so we could get the count. But there's at least 1 strike and 1 ball. Next pitch is a ground ball past Robin Schaefer into right field. That's going to drive home a run. Olivia Gothal is up with the ball into second base, where Katie Lenz picks it up. So Stevens High School has the first run of the game, with the leadoff batter getting a triple, and then after 1 out, the number 3 batter picks up a base hit to right field. So it's 1-0. Favors Stevens. Still have 1 out, runner at first base. This will be the cleanup hitter, Ferrante. First pitch from Zadaraka, ground ball to third. Missed the action here on the screen just a bit, but ground ball to third base, picked up by Lindsay Bigley, throw to second base, and we have a runner at second safe. Looks like she beat the throw, and maybe we mishandled the ball. So we have runners at first and second with 1 out. And Stevens High School is really putting a threat on the Lady Leafs in the first inning. Number 5 batter is up, Sika. I don't think anybody will be watching from Stevens High School in New Jersey, so if I get any of these names right, we're just going to have to live with that. Emily Zadaraka with the second pitch. Ball inside. Should even the count at 1-1. Jenna Mickley turns around the umpire and says, "What's the matter? Is that too high or inside?" And he just shook his head, yes. Strike 2, I believe, on the batter. We got 1 out, runners at first and second, and a run already in for Stevens here in the first inning. So not the best start for the Lady Leafs. They'd like to buckle down here and close it off at 1 run. Popped up. Brooke Anderson covers the pop-up. That'd be the second out, and runners hold at first and second. So we got runners at first and second with 2 outs. Lady Leafs have an opportunity here to get the number 6 batter, Goldbach. If they can get this batter here, they can get out of the inning with only 1 run given up. Right down the middle, Zadaraka gets ahead, 1 strike and no balls. You'll see Robin Schaefer running back and forth in front of your screen regularly, because she backs up the throw back from the catcher every. And that ball hits, pitched by Zadaraka, is in the dirt. Jenna Mickley blocks it, but he keeps it in front of her, but the runners still advance. So we have runners at second and third and 2 outs. Lady Leafs would sure like to get out of this without any more run scoring. Ball fouled off. And Zadaraka hitting the count 1-2. This is the 6th batter in the inning for Stevens. Zadaraka would sure like to get the strikeout. Pitch is on the way, swing and miss, and the strikeout by Zadaraka. With only 1 run scoring here, Stevens in the top of the first inning picks up 3 hits, but scores 1 run. Runner stranded at second, third, and the Lady Leafs have come to bat here. They're going to have to do some battling. For the Lady Leafs, Annie Lenz is going to lead off. Number 25 is going to be Annie Lenz, playing left field today. Second batter is going to be Robin Schaefer. Number 4, playing second base. She's the one who runs back and forth in front of your screen. Hey, now we got a great view of the coaching staff here. Coach Mitchell comes out of the dugout, gives Dobbles a high five, and maybe waves at the camera, I can't tell. Amy van der Rostein surveying the situation, and then that old guy standing there pretending like he's coaching. I don't know who that is. So we're going to have Annie Lenz start this thing off. Would like to get on the board real quick before, since Stevens jumped out with their first batter rounding the bases. Waiting for the Stevens to get their initial warm-ups done. They get a few extra pitches in the first inning, a few warm-up pitches more in the first inning than they do in subsequent innings. Beautiful time down in here in Florida. Absolutely gorgeous. We're at Disney Wide World of Sports Complex. This is diamond number 22, I believe, and that gives you an idea how big the complex is. There's Major League Baseball diamonds. There's baseball diamonds of all sizes. Fantastic softball complex. They've got lacrosse diamonds. They've got soccer or fields. They've got soccer, and they've got just a little bit of everything here. And you can walk around any part of this wide world of sports and see about any kind of game you want to see. And it's just an amazing time here, down here. Lots of students down here during their spring vacation. So Annie Lenz leads it off. Number 25, left-handed batter. First pitch, little ground ball, swing, ground ball back to the pitcher. Annie Lenz typically hits in the 4 spot or in kind of an RBI spot, leading off the game today. Brooke Nienhaus not on the trip is our typical leadoff hitter. So Annie steps in. Robin Schaefer led off one of the games yesterday, kind of an experimental mode, but she's our typical number 2 hitter, and she is going to be in that spot today. So number 5, Robin Schaefer, looks at ball 1 and ball 2. Robin hitting out of sight on the season. Batting average about 600 right now. Just really smoking the ball. Bunt is down. They're not going to get her. Just a little late. Umpire says safe. Either that or he's trying to fly. I'm going to say he thinks she was safe. So we got 1 out here and runner at first base, Robin Schaefer. That gets credited with the base hit, and that ups her batting average. That little bunt for a hit situation in softball is so huge if you can catch them off guard. Katie Lenz, number 3 batter, takes ball 1, low and inside. Katie Lenz leads the team in RBIs at this point. Got really nice stroke to third base, ball to go across the diamond, and Katie Lenz is thrown out. Robin Schaefer advances to second base, and so she's there with 2 outs. Lady Leafs would love to try to pick up this run here. They got standing at second base in the body of Robin Schaefer. Jenna Mickley comes to bat in the cleanup spot. Jenna Mickley, the catcher. Believe it or not, we're in Florida. She's wearing a sweatshirt. It is a little cooler than most circumstances, but it's going to warm up soon. We got an 8 o'clock ball game here this morning, and it's just a little bit cool this morning. So, and Jenna Mickley hits a foul ball. Coach Mitchell probably could have fielded that, but he chose not to. Next pitch to Mickley. Swing and a miss, and that's 2 strikes on Jenna Mickley. Jenna needs to make some contact here and try to sneak it by one of those fielders out there in the green shorts. We do have the same color socks on. Hope that's not confusing for anybody. Fly ball by Jenna Mickley, foul ball. And so she battled with 2 strikes. She battles off that outside pitch. Robin Schaefer at second base with the tying run. We'd love to figure out a way to get her home, but there's 2 outs. And Jenna Mickley, the catcher, is going to take a ball. The pitcher is number 4, Erico. Last name is Erico. Once again, this team is from New Jersey. Then the pitch to Jenna Mickley is a shot. It's down all the way to the fence. Robin Schaefer scores easily. Jenna Mickley cruises into second base with a double. Good job, Jenna Mickley. Huge RBI to tie the game with 2 outs. And runner at second base, Jenna Mickley drives one. An outside pitch to the opposite field in the right center field gap, rolls all the way to the fence. And the Lady Leafs are on the board. We're in the bottom of the first here in Florida, 1-1. And we're going to have a courtesy runner for the catcher. Number 8 is Taylor Wise. Taylor Wise, a freshman with flashing speed. Taylor had a good day yesterday playing here. Once again, this is the 3rd game down here in Florida, and Lady Leafs have won the first 2. Lindsey Bigley, a shot down the third base line. It is past the third baseman. Taylor Wise rounds third, draws a throw, and on the throw, Lindsey Bigley cruises into second base. So we've got runners at second and third, a double by Mickley, and then a courtesy runner Wise. Courtesy runner means you can run for the catcher and pitcher and not have to use a pinch runner, and that it doesn't preclude them from being in the game. Oh, and a strike to Allison Weiss. Allison Weiss, a sophomore with home run power. Would like to get a hold of one here. Ball 1. And Taylor Wise gets by the catcher. Taylor Wise scores. So we have a 2-1 game. Leafs take the lead. That's the second run of the inning with 2 outs here for the Lady Leafs. And Taylor Wise comes across the plate. Lindsey Bigley moves on over to third. So we could, with a little base hit or something out of the infield, maybe even in the infield, Allison Weiss might be able to pick up that third run, give the Lady Leafs a little bit of a cushion here. So it's all happened kind of with 2 outs here for the Lady Leafs. Allison Weiss, the batter, she's a center fielder today. Looking, ground ball foul. A strike 2 count. Seems like most of these batters are getting 2 strikes on them here and then coming through with 2 outs. Allison Weiss had a lot of varsity action last year as a freshman. As sophomore, she's a regular. That ball is tagged. That ball is gone. Whoa, that's way past that fence. Allison Weiss tags one as she jogs around the field. She got every bit of that one. Allison had some home run action going for us yesterday, and she picks up another one today. That's a 2-run shot. The aftershock. If you've never seen what the aftershock does on a home run, you just witnessed it. But Allison Weiss picks up a 2-out, 2-run homer to give the Lady Leafs a 4-1 lead. So after 2 were out and on a lone runner at second base, the Lady Leafs have rallied here to take a 4-1 lead here in the bottom of the first. That brings up Ellen Despain. Ellen Despain is the designated player. Line drive foul. Ellen Despain, a senior. The designated player is an additional player who bats and can also play the field at any time. So you can move this player in or out of the field. It's different than the designated hitter in baseball, where the designated hitter never can play the field. And a ground ball to third. across the diamond, and that takes care of Ellen Despain, and that takes care of the Lady Leafs here in the bottom of the first. At the end of one, the score here, Lady Leafs 4, Stevens High School, New Jersey 1, and that was a huge 4-1 2-out rally by the Lady Leafs to come back and make some headway on this ball game, because it looked, the way the Stevens team came out, it looked like they were going to make some noise. They had runners at 1 run in and runners at second, third when the top of the inning ended, and the Lady Leafs came back and made a little bit of noise, and then they made some booming noise with 2 outs, capped off by Allison Weiss's 2-run homer. Don't see any defensive changes on the field. Olivia Gothal's in right field comes over to talk to Allison Weiss where they meet in center field. Annie Lenz, the left fielder, they meet over here, slap hands, do their little things, and then they go back to their fields ready to play defense. The infield, of course, does that little ritual where they come in and they slap each other around a little bit, and then they break to their spots. Girls softball is a little different than your typical baseball game. They have fun little cheers. Dugouts are loud. Got all kinds of fun stuff going on in there. And the first pitch by Emily Zadaraka. Emily Zadaraka back for the second inning. Allowed 1 run on a couple hits in the first. 1 run on 3 hits, actually. Zadaraka second pitch, and that ball is hit well. But Weiss is there. Says no problem. So we got a fly out to Allison Weiss to start the top of the second inning.
Shortstop, number 1.
And that was the number 7 batter. Her name was Carly. The number 8 batter coming up with 1 out in the inning for Stevens High School is Ardozare. Again, I apologize to all the people watching from New Jersey. Pitch by Zadaraka, looks good, and the umpire brings that right arm up, right down the pipe. So Emily Zadaraka gets ahead on this first pitch. Second one, little inside, but she fouls it off. So Emily Zadaraka again ahead on the count, 0-2 on the batter, and so she's got her set up. Next pitch by Zadaraka on the way, and just a bit outside or maybe low. We'll see if Jenna Mickley turns around and says, what was that ump? Nope, she knew it was low and away. Every once in a while you'll notice the catcher look back to the umpire if it's a close pitch that she thought could have been a strike. Jenna Mickley pulls that up and says, no, I'm not going to ask him that one either. Can't beg all the time. 2-2 count on the batter. 3-2. Ball a little high and outside, so Emily Zadaraka in danger of walking the batter after and a ground ball to first. Brooke Anderson says, I'll take that all by myself. Trots over the base, and that's the second out of the inning. We call that 3 unassisted. Brooke Anderson unassisted. 2 outs, and the third batter of the inning is the number 9 batter for Stevens High School. Name is Dugan, and she is their designated player. Ball. I was waiting for that right arm to come up. Thought that one looked good. Just didn't come. You see Robin Schaefer's flashing the sign. It's a fastball. You folks at home can know exactly what pitch if you watch behind Robin Schaefer's back. Ball 2 count, and here's a 1. Inside. Oop, boop. Didn't go. 3-0. 3-0 on the batter. Robin Schaefer gives the sign. It's a curveball, and it's going to be a call to strike. Nice curve, Emily. Now Robin Schaefer is not really doing that for you for the TV cam. There's a ground ball through the hole, right between Brooke Anderson and Robin Schaefer. I couldn't see exactly what was going on there, but throw come in, started to get away, but it was backed up by the catcher, Jenna Mickley. So there's a base hit for Stevens again. So they looked like they were going to go down quietly, but they choose to get a base hit instead. So we got 2 outs. Runner at first with 2 outs, and that pitch is low in the dirt, blocked by Jenna Mickley, so the runner cannot advance. This is the leadoff batter. Back to the top of the order, number 7, Chinio. And that one swing and miss, so we're back even, 1-1. Petrochinio led off the game with a triple. Later scored on a base hit by Howard to give the Stevens High School a 1-0 lead in the top of the first. But the Lady Leafs came back with 4 in the bottom of the first and kind of made that lead look small. Next pitch by Zadaraka, looks good, and it's a right hand up in the air. 1 ball, 2 strike count on the leadoff batter. Next pitch by Zadaraka, and that ball's in the air, popped up. Robin Schaefer calls for it, she takes it, and that ends the inning. That is end of the top of the second inning. Stevens goes down with 1 base hit, no runs scored, so the score remains at the end of an inning and a half. Geneseo 4, Stevens, New Jersey 1. And we get to sit here and watch again. You know, the coaching staff comes out. Coach Vandy Rostein, the first base coach, she comes over and tries to figure out how she's going to get some people down to first base again, how she's going to send them over to Coach Mitchell at third and see if he can do anything with them. Coach Dobble's over here. He keeps everybody else in line, keeps the equipment in line. He's giving Coach Mitchell a few pointers as he walks out of the dugout. Coach Mitchell's that burly guy with the jacket and the hood. The old guy walks back in the dugout. And the Lady Leafs are just about ready to take Coach Vandy Rostein here, giving a few tips to Brooke Anderson, talking to her about how to explode the right side through the ball. One more practice swing, Brooke, so Coach Vandy Rostein can give you another little tip. All right, so Coach Vandy Rostein comes over. She's going to give Olivia Gothals a little bit of a tip. She gives her a peace of mind, walks the dugout. Always coaching, that's what coaches do. Always talking to somebody, seeing how they can make somebody just a little bit better, give them a tip on the game. So the leadoff batter for the Lady Leafs, going to be the number 8 batter in the lineup. Brooke Anderson playing first base today.
Now
playing first base a lot of days.
Number 10, Brooke Anderson.
Comes in to lead off the bottom of the second. Low, pitch is low. And with that little coaching tip from Coach Vandy Rostein, we're going to see if she can get a guy swing on the ball and stroke one here. Next pitch. Nice swing, fouled off. Good stroke by Brooke. Evens count 1-1. Once again, the pitcher for Stevens High School, and that's a ball high and way outside. I'm going to call her Artizone. Artizone. If I keep saying it, maybe I'll get it right. Next pitch, fouled off. And that evens the count once again, 2-2. There's 2 balls and 2 swings by Brooke Anderson. That ball looked like it was a little low and inside, but she offered at it. So it's 2-2. Now she's going to have to, hopefully she doesn't take too much off her swing trying to make contact. It's bat, and there you go. That's an ugly pitch. She tried to change up, but that change up wasn't anywhere near the plate, and Brooke was not going to offer it that. So we sit here with a full count on Brooke Anderson. Nobody out, nobody on, leading off the bottom of the second. And a swing by Brooke Anderson, and that baby is tagged. Oh my goodness, it's gone. Good job, Brooke Anderson. Brooke Anderson gets a free pass around the bases. Doesn't have to run too hard when you hit it that far. Gets a high five from Coach Mitchell. Touches home plate. Boom, and we got an aftershock. 2 aftershocks in 2 innings. Second home run of the game for the Lady Leafs, and Brooke Anderson hits a solo bomb on a 3-2 count. She didn't take anything off her swing. She let it all hang out. That ball cleared the left field fence by plenty. So we go to the number 9 batter in the lineup, Olivia Gothals, freshman. Jumped in here. We're getting a lot of people, a lot of action down here in Florida. Having a lot of fun, giving everybody some opportunities. So got 3 freshmen, 3 sophomores, about 180 juniors and 4 seniors make up this lineup. Gothals doesn't like that pitch in the dirt, so she's thinking about maybe taking one over the fence. And it's a nice shot into left field. Nice stroke single by Olivia Gothals, base hit. So it puts her at first base with nobody out. Here in the bottom of the second inning, Lady Leafs lead 5-1 on 4 runs in the first, capped off by a home run by Allison Weiss, and then a solo home run by Brooke Anderson here makes it 5-1. Olivia Gothals promptly drives a single into left field and steals second base without much contest. Beat the throw by plenty. Olivia Gothals does possess some speed. God was good to her. So Gothals at second with nobody out. Annie Lenz the batter. And I missed what the pitch was. I believe it was a ball. And that one is a ball. You can always tell if the right arm doesn't go up. Annie Lenz hitting on the leadoff spot today. And it takes, I believe it's ball 3. Nobody out, runner at second. Annie Lenz the batter, bottom of second. Yep, I was wrong because that's ball 3. Counts 3-1. First pitch when Olivia Gothals stole was a strike. Sometimes you find out the hard way. And a shot by Annie Lenz. Drops over the shortstop's head. Gothals had to hold up to make sure that thing got down. So she trots over to third base. But Annie Lenz on the throw cruises into second. So we have runners at second and third. Lady Leafs are rallying here. Runners at second and third. And nobody out still here in the bottom of the second. And that brings up the number 2 batter, Robin Schaefer. Schaefer singled in the first inning and scored. And she takes a ball. Robin bunted safely in the first inning to start the rally that caused the Lady Leafs to score 4 runs, all with 2 outs. And she drives that ball down the left field line foul. Evens the count at 1-1. Robin, a 3-year varsity player as a junior. She's been starting for 3 years and she's only a junior. Has created a lot of havoc with the opposition for 3 years. That was a ball, so the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Robin looking for something she can drive, and she does. Smokes that ball into left field. 1 run is in. Annie Lenz coming in to score, and Robin Schaefer cruises into second base on the throw. And that makes the score 7-1 in favor of the Lady Leafs. Lady Leafs once again. Yeah, that's correct. Nope, we've scored 3 in this inning. 4 in the first, 3 in the second already with nobody out, and a runner at second base. So Katie Lenz comes up. Katie Lenz batting in the 3-hole. The 4th batter of the inning, and all 3 have reached safely. And Lenz drives the ball to the third baseman. Oh, and she throws it over the first baseman's head. Schaefer goes on to third, rounds third, takes all the way to home. Lenz cruises into second base and cruises over to third, and they play on her, but she slides in safe. So Katie Lenz on a hard shot to third base. It was fielded by the third baseman, couldn't make the throw, launches it over the first baseman's head. Robin Schaefer scores from second base. Katie Lenz on the air cruises all the way over to third. Another run for the Lady Leafs. That runs the score up to 8-1. Already here in the second inning, and there's nobody out. Cleanup hitter Jenna Mickley is coming to the plate, but the Stevens High School group wants to have a little bit of a defensive huddle. Coach walks off the field and says, "Come on, calm down, ladies. Just because this team is hitting the snot out of the ball doesn't mean you have to get all nervous and throw the ball away." So Jenna Mickley, the catcher, number 11, comes to the plate with Katie Lenz at third base and nobody out. Looking to really run this score up to the point where it's going to be tough to catch. And she looks at the ball. with the way the Lady Leafs play defense, an 8-1 lead is usually pretty safe, but you just never know what happens in Florida. Second pitch is also a ball. 2-0 count to Jenna Mickley. Jenna Mickley hitting in the 4 spot today. Ground ball to shortstop, over to first, and she's out, but the run scores. So we give Jenna Mickley an RBI. Katie Lenz was running on contact, and she was halfway, 3/4 of the way down the line before shortstop could even look at throwing the ball home, and she was not going to get her. So an RBI for Jenna Mickley makes it 9-1 in favor of the Lady Leafs here only in the second inning. It's really been a lot of tough hitting by the Lady Leafs, just pounding the ball. The Stevens High School team did, and there's a ground ball booted by the third baseman. I was just going to say the Stevens did give the Lady Leafs a little bit of a boost on an errant throw early in the inning, but mostly it's just been the Lady Leafs pounding the ball. And the third baseman boots another. So that's the second inning, second error in the inning for her. And Lindsay Bigley stands at third base, reaches on an error. Next batter, Allison Weiss, who cleared the left field fence by about 30 feet last time up. She's got some home runs here in this down here in Florida. She likes the Florida weather. She stroked a grand slam that really turned things around for the Lady Leafs. And would like to have another one here. I think she had a solo homer in the first game. And we have a stolen base here, uncontested. Lindsay Bigley had a really nice lead. As soon as that ball was in the dirt, she was moving to second base. Bigley at second base with 1 out. Allison Weiss trying to add to this lead. And there's a line drive base hit. And Bigley holds up at third. So a base hit by Weiss, but the throw goes home, so Weiss takes second base. Got to admit, Stevens, this high school team from Stevens, New Jersey, is not running their cutoffs well. Our runner is advancing to second base just about every time because they're not cutting that ball off. If that happens to the Lady Leafs, we want to know about it so we can do something about that. Number 24, Ellen Despain. They call her Elle, they call her Elmo, they call her all kinds of fun things, but she is one fantastic person. Ellen hits a shot. Foul. Ellen batting, we're almost batting around here in the second inning. Ellen was the last batter in the first inning. I guess we have batted around here in the second inning. So and it's a fly ball to right. Handled by the right fielder. Bigley holds at third, Weiss holds at second, and we have 2 outs. So we have runners still at second and third and 2 outs. And Brooke Anderson, who started this inning off with a bomb over the left field fence, comes up with runners at second and third, and she would sure like to have a 3-run homer here. What do you think, Brooke? Let's get a good swing on the ball, see what happens. And the umpire calls that one a strike. Looked outside to me. But when you're up 9-1, you just can't complain too much. And a good swing by Brooke Anderson, fielded by the third baseman across the diamond, and she throws her out. So the Lady Leafs pick up 5 more runs here in the bottom of the second inning. At the end of 2 full innings, Lady Leafs 9, Stevens High School, New Jersey 1. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back.
This TV50 telecast is sponsored in part by B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, On Guard Security, Central Bank, Chicago Street Decorating Center, Vandemore Funeral Homes, Eric Henderson and Greg Anderson of Country Financial, Geneseo Dairy Queen, Stackhouse Moore, Farmers National Bank, Geneseo Telephone Company, Holland & Sons, Hammond Henry Hospital, Hazelwood Homes, IDC Technology Solutions, Geneseo Good Samaritan Village, Northside Rexall Drug, ProTech Auto Body, Turpins of Geneseo. Please patronize these fine businesses and let them know you appreciate their support of this TV50 telecast.
And we're back to action here. Lady Leaf softball here down in Florida at Disney World Wild World of Sports Complex. We start the top of the third inning. Lady Leafs are the home team in this contest. Seems funny to be the home team in Florida, but they are the home team in this contest and lead this 9-1. Emily Zadaraka back for her third inning of action on the mound. First pitch is bunted, and it hits the runner out of the batter's box. Runner running down the line ran right into the ball, is called out. Can't do that. Once you leave that batter's box, if that ball hits you, you are out. Second batter pops up, out of play. We are in the top of the third inning. The leadoff batter was the second batter in the lineup, Dempsey. This is the number 3 batter in the Stevens lineup. Her name is Howard. Once again, I don't know her first name, so I apologize to all the people listening, watching here in New Jersey. This is Geneseo Lady Leaf softball from Florida, and there's a hard shot. Allison Weiss has got it under control though. So we have 2 quick outs. Running into the ball, which we call a 2 unassisted. The catcher actually gets the put out because she's the closest player to the ball on the first batter. And a line drive fly out to the center fielder, Allison Weiss. And the third batter of the inning is the cleanup batter, the number 4 batter in the lineup for Stevens High School. And that's a called strike. Her name is Ferrante. She is the second baseman. And she walks through and caught. Apparently that was a high delivery. Had a base hit the first time up. Stevens rallied for a run in the first inning on a triple. The leadoff batter tripled. The third batter got a base hit. The fourth batter got a base hit, and they ended with 1 run in and runners stranded at second, third, and then the Lady Leafs from then on just took control. So we're in the top of the third, and a swing and a miss. And that brings the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes on Ferrante. Ground ball to third. Bigley up with it across the diamond. Too late. We're going to call that one a base hit. Ferrante, ground ball to third base. Just couldn't get the ball across the diamond quick enough. And that's what those sometimes those speedy left-handers do, is that's called a slap. And they slap that ball on the ground and just run as fast as they can and challenge the third baseman to try to get it across quick enough. There was nothing Bigley could really do about that. Ball in the dirt. Gets away from Mickley. And Ferrante goes down to second base. So we've got here a runner at second base and 2 outs for Stevens. And this bunt down the third baseline. Bigley's got that one across the diamond in time. Robin Schaefer covers first base on that bunt play. And the Lady Leafs get out of that little mini jam with a strand of runner at second base. So at the middle of 3 innings here, 2.5 innings of play, Lady Leafs 9, Stevens High School, New Jersey 1, and the Lady Leafs seem to have settled in defensively, even though they'd rather not have that base hit in front of them. That's what we call that a base hit in front of the fielders. We don't like to have them. We want to make them drive the ball by us if they're going to get a hit and really earn that. But once in a while, those speedsters just do that, slap it into the ground and just beat it out. The leadoff batter is going to be the number 9 batter for the Lady Leafs in the lineup. Coach Vandy Rostein giving her a few tips once again. Olivia Gothals, the freshman, singled the last time up, scored one of the runs in the big 5-run rally in the second inning for the Lady Leafs. Coach Hardison comes out of the dugout. Coach Dauble's out of the dugout. Once again, that old guy talking to the umpire, I don't know who that is. Olivia Gothals comes back up. Lead off the bottom of the third for the Lady Leafs, and she'd like to get this thing started. Did I say bottom of side? I meant the bottom of third, no matter what I said. This is the bottom of the third inning. Lady Leafs lead 9-1. They have shortened the 2 previous games that they've played down here. The first game against Ewing, New Jersey, it was not short, but it did end up 13-4. Excuse me, it ended up 13-9. That score was. It was almost a shortened game, but the New Jersey team came up late and scored a bunch of runs and stretched that into a 7-inning game. So you know that this, anything can happen down here, and that's why I say this game isn't over yet. The second game was a shortened game. The Lady Leafs played a team from Ohio, Piqua, Ohio, and the Lady Leafs did win that game in 5 innings by a score of 14-2. Olivia Gothals takes a strike right down the middle of the plate. And I believe the count is even. I should be paying closer attention. And there's another strike. So Gothals sits with strike 2 on the batter. Needs to protect the plate if it's there, and swings at strike 3. And she goes down for the first out of the inning. With 2, sometimes those borderline pitches get called for strikes, and that forces the batter to swing at another borderline pitch, and that ball was a little high and outside, but Olivia, trying to protect, just had to take a whack at it. Annie Lenz comes up. Annie Lenz, the leadoff hitter for the Lady Leafs today, has a base hit in 2 trips. Grounded out to the pitcher the first at bat, and then singled in the middle of that big 5-run rally in the second inning. So here we are in the third with 1 out, nobody on. Annie Lenz, the batter. 1 ball and a strike. Foul ball. So the count is even up at 1-1. Lady Leafs are just loving it down here. It's a fantastic experience. Came here 2 years ago. Came home with 4 victories that year and would surely like to duplicate that. And a shot by Annie Lenz to center field. Keep telling Annie, with all that green stuff out there, I don't know why you hit it to the person's glove, but nice swing by Annie Lenz, but just happened to go at somebody. So we call that an F8, fly out to the center fielder. And that brings up the number 2 batter in the lineup. 3rd batter this inning, Robin Schaefer, with 2 outs and nobody on. Robin Schaefer would like to start another little 2-out rally here. The Lady Leafs have been doing some stuff with 2 outs here today. First inning, scored all 4 runs with 2 outs. Had to come from behind after getting behind 1-0. And there's a shot by Robin Schaefer, goes foul. Robin Schaefer, 2 for 2 already on the day with a single and a double. 2 runs scored. Just playing outstanding softball for the Lady Leafs this year. Trying to make it a perfect day, 3 for 3. And she bunts another one. She bunted in the first. She bunts this one down. There's no way they're going to get her. Umpire spreads his wings and says safe. Coach Vandy Rostein gives her 5 and says, okay, way to start it with 2 outs. Sometimes with 2 outs and nobody on, you think, oh, maybe I can swing for the fences. But, you know, Robin just decided that base runners is the way to go. So maybe we'll see if that starts us a rally here. Katie Lenz steps back from a bender on the inside, and the umpire says that's a ball. Katie Lenz, the 3 batter in the lineup, just outstanding hitter. Also a 3-year varsity player. She's only a junior, and she has plenty left in her. She's got the rest of this season, plus all next. Just an outstanding player for the Lady Leafs. A regular 3 batter. Hitting in the mid 400s right now, about 450. And Robin Schaefer cruises into second base, basically unchallenged, throw dramatically late. So we have a runner at second base with two outs. After the first two retired, Robin Schaefer decides to get on and steal second base, and she does so easily. Katie Lenz takes the ball. Katie Lenz could pick up a little RBI, 2-out RBI here. Katie was out on a ground ball to the third baseman in the first, and there's a wild pitch way over the catcher's head as Robin Schaefer cruises into third base on the wild pitch. And then hit a shot also to the third baseman. The third baseman third baseman came up with it and launched it over the first baseman's head. So Katie has hit to the third baseman both times. And apparently I'm sleeping. That was ball 4. So Katie Lenz on first base, and Jenna Mickley, a shot down the line. And Katie Lenz scores from second base. Robin Schaefer and Katie score on that shot down the line by Mickley. Two RBI base hit by Mickley with 2 outs. So we predicted that correctly. Robin Schaefer starts the rally with 2 outs. Katie Lenz keeps it alive with a walk. Jenna Mickley drives the ball down the third base line, drives them both in. And we're going to probably have the same courtesy runner. Coach Mitchell over there telling the umpire that we are going to insert somebody in the lineup here. So we're going to have a runner at first base, and we're going to have a pinch hitter. It's going to be Tawny Ricketts. Tawny Ricketts, the junior, is going to come in and pinch hit for Lindsay Bigley. Tawny having a real good year, hitting around 400 coming into the tournament. Does a lot of pinch hitting, designated hitting, and she hits a rope for a base hit. The courtesy runner was inserted, and it is number 8, Taylor Wise. So Taylor Wise moves over to second base on the hit by Ricketts. So we have runners at first and second with 2 outs, and it brings up in Allison Weiss's spot, who Allison Weiss only has a home run and a single today. She is going to step aside for Abby Levine. Abby Levine, a junior first baseman, also hitting well this season. Just a lot of ladies hitting well, and trying to get everybody. They need a lot of at-bats this year, so we got number 2, Abby Levine, getting her swings in here in the third inning for Allison Weiss, and swings and misses. Abby steps into the box trying to extend this lead and fouls one off. So Abby has 2 strikes. She's going to have to battle with 2 strikes here, trying to drive in the Taylor Wise from second base, and with a long shot, maybe even Tawny Ricketts at first. And there's a fly ball to right. Right fielder goes back, rounds it up, and that ends the inning. Lady Leafs pick up a couple with 2 outs with a 2-out rally. Long fly ball by Abby Levine ends the inning. And so Lady Leafs come here at the end of 3 complete innings of play. Lady Leafs have an 11-1 lead over Stevens High School of New Jersey, and Stevens coming up to bat here in the 4th. High school rules mandate that you do play a full 5 innings no matter what the score is. Sometimes you see softball have a 15-run rule after 3, or a different run rule after different innings. But high school IHSA regulations and federal high school regulations require that you do play the full 5 innings. So it will be at least a 5-inning game. The Lady Leafs would probably like to go ahead and end this at 5, but as they found out yesterday against a Ewing, New Jersey team, you know, you got to hold them on because they had a 10-run lead at one point in time yesterday, and Ewing came back and made it a 13-9 game, so it made it a little interesting. So Lady Leafs want to buckle down here, play some defense, see if they can hold them right here where they got them. Score stands 11-1 for the Lady Leafs. Top of the 4th inning, Stevens comes to bat, and we have Emily Zadaraka continuing to pitch. Lexi Clark also pitching, seeing a lot of pitching action here for the Lady Leafs this weekend. Started the first 2 games. Let me see if I'm mistaken on that. And Clark started the first 2 games yesterday, and they went kind of back and forth. Zadaraka come in relief, and both made a good combination of. And there's a stroke on the very first pitch to right field. Throw to first is late. Abby Levine stays in the game, plays first base. Robin Schaefer still at second base. I'm gonna have to try to catch up on here what we got for replacements. So
now batting number 11, Jill Ann.
Levine at first base. That would take Brooke Anderson probably out of the game defensively. We have not hit for Brooke Anderson yet, so they probably somebody probably had to enter the game for Brooke. All we know right now is that Zadaraka is pitching. We still have the same battery. Zadaraka is pitching, and Jenna Mickley is catching. Robin Schaefer giving the signs back here. This is a fastball, and it's a fly ball in foul territory. Lindsay Bigley hauls it down for the first out. Lindsay Bigley stepped aside to allow a pinch hitter that inning.
Now batting number 1.
And that was Tawny Ricketts, but she can re-enter, so Bigley re-enters defensively. Every player can come into the game, be taken out of the game, and re-enter one time. Starters can come out of the game one time and re-enter, but also substitutes can come into a game, leave the game, and then come back into the game one time. The rules get kind of complicated. The defensive, the designated player can hit or play defense. The flex player, who currently the flex player right now is Emily Zadaraka. Emily pitches high and away. Emily is the flex player, and the only place she could bat would be for the designated player, because the designated player is actually batting for her. So to get her into the game offensively, she would have to bat for the designated player. Taylor Wise stayed into the game. That's what happened is Taylor Wise came into the game in Brooke Anderson's spot. So Taylor Wise, if Brooke Anderson's spot in the batting order comes up, Taylor Wise, the right fielder, will bat for Brooke Anderson. That allowed Abby Levine then to come in and play defensively at first base, as she had come in and pinch hit for the center fielder Weiss.
Now batting the
Strikeout by Zadaraka.
number 2, Allison. Okay.
Second out of the inning after a fly ball in foul territory to Bigley. Zadaraka strikes out the second batter. The number 9 batter in the lineup, Dugan, comes up with 2 outs and nobody on. We're in the top of the 4th here, moving right along. 11-1 Lady Leafs. Swing and a miss. Jenna Mickley, the workhorse behind the plate, does the vast majority of the catching for the Lady Leafs, and blocks that one in the dirt like it was nothing. Ball and a strike to the batter. And the next one is a strike. We got 2 strikes and a ball to the batter. 2 outs, top of 4. Lady Leafs in complete control of this game as long as they don't let anything crazy happen. Oop, here comes some balls into the diamond. Umpire says I'll take that. And Sadaraka offers one right low. I think that evens the count at 2-2. I thought that ball might clip her knees, but it is, and the umpire signals 2-2. Next pitch, line drive, one hop to Schaefer. Schaefer feels it, no problem, flips it over to Abby Levine at first base, and the Lady Leafs get to bat. We go into the bottom of the fourth here. It's Lady Leafs 11, Stevens High School from New Jersey 1. Lady Leafs come in here in the bottom of the fourth like they add to that lead a little bit, put a little cushion on it, so maybe this game might last 5 innings. Lady Leafs going for their third victory down here in Florida. Staying at the Disney complex, Lady Leafs have had a doubleheader yesterday, slipped out, saw the sights of downtown Disney last night, had a good time, had a nice meal. Today we'll go, after the doubleheader here, we have an 8 o'clock game and a 10 o'clock game. They'll go out and go to the parks and go to Disney World and Epcot and any of the places that they want to go. They've got a park hopper pass where they can go to Disney Magic Kingdom or Animal Kingdom. All those fun little places, and get some roller coaster rides and do some shopping and do some team bonding. This trip is really an effort to really get the girls to know each other a little bit better, get the coaches to know them a little better, the players to know the coaches. You know, have a really good time, get a little experience of playing different teams from different parts of the country. We're going to have a pinch hitter here in the bottom of the fourth inning, and that's going to be number 32, Allison Hudson. Allie Hudson, a three-sport athlete at Geneseo High School, and just one of the most pleasurable people you'd ever want to be around. Just a hard-working young lady, polite young lady, just does everything you ask her to do. And she's here to pinch hit for the Lady Leafs here in the bottom of the fourth. There goes a line shot to third base, and she's thrown out on that ground ball. Nice hard shot, but third baseman handles that one, flips it across the diamond. Okay, and as we predicted, as Brooke Anderson had gone out of the game defensively at the top of the inning, and Taylor Weiss had come in defensively, we suspected that Taylor Weiss was going to hit in Brooke Anderson's spot, and that's exactly the way it works. When you watch a Major League Baseball game, they call that a double switch. I don't know if we're fancy enough to call that a double switch, but that's exactly what it was. Ball in the dirt, goes to the screen for a ball, as Taylor Weiss bats for the Lady Leafs here with one out and nobody on here in the bottom of the fourth. Lady Leafs with a comfortable lead, and there's a ground ball up the middle for a base hit. Weiss rounds first base. So Taylor Weiss comes in and promptly strokes the ball right up the middle and shows this Stevens team from New Jersey how she can hit. Gets a little confusing when we get into the substitutions here. That's the number 8 spot in the lineup. The number 9 spot in the lineup, Olivia Gothals, was anchoring that spot, and we have Samantha Peters. It's going to be number 27. Samantha Peters is going to come in to pinch hit in the number 9 spot for Gothals, and she takes the first pitch to right center field. The center fielder covers that one, so Samantha Peters has a quick entry and a quick exit. Good stroke, Sammy. Just ended up landing in somebody's glove.
Now batting number 25, Annie.
So we got a runner at first base and 2 outs as the center fielder hauls that one in. And Annie Lenz, the leadoff hitter, manages to stay in the game through all this substitution stuff, and she's going to get one more crack at this bat. Annie Lenz batting in the 1 spot, takes the ball, and I believe that evens the count at 1-1. I should pay better attention. That umpire's really not throwing up his fingers, showing us what the count is. Next pitch on the way to Andy Lenz is taken for a ball. Oh, it's taken for a strike. I didn't think there's any way he could call that a strike, but he did. His right hand went up. So Andy Lenz has 2 strikes on her, and she's going to have to swing, and she does. Anything around the plate. Sometimes the strike zone gets a little bit bigger. I hope that umpire umpire in Florida is not watching this game here on TV 50 in Geneseo, because I'm going to tell him that he made a call that is kind of one of those automatic things. As the game gets pretty well under control, like one team is ahead, the strike zone gets bigger. And he's saying, Andy Lenz, you're winning 11-1. You better swing at that ball anywhere near. And he swings at that ball. And a little blooper to the shortstop is caught. It was bobbling there and looked like we were going to have to kind of think that one over. But it's caught by the shortstop, and that is the end of 4 innings for the Lady Leafs and for Stevens, New Jersey. At the end of 4, Lady Leafs 11, Stevens 1. We'll be back.
This TV 50 telecast is sponsored in part by B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, On Guard Security, Central Bank, Chicago Street Decorating Center, Vandemore Funeral Homes, Eric Henderson and Greg Anderson of Country Financial, Geneseo Dairy Queen, Stackhouse Moore, Farmers National Bank, Geneseo Telephone Company, Holland & Sons, Hammond Henry Hospital, Hazelwood Homes, IDC Technology Solutions, Geneseo Good Samaritan Village, Northside Rexall Drug, ProTech Auto Body, Turpins of Geneseo. Please patronize these fine businesses and let them know you appreciate their support of this TV 50 telecast.
And welcome back to TV 50, Lady Leaf softball down here in Florida at the Wide World of Sports Complex. Having a beautiful, beautiful day. Got an 8 o'clock ball game here, and some of the players still have their sweatshirts on, so it's a little bit cool, but this place is just absolutely gorgeous. The sun always shines. The grass is like a golf putting green out here. The diamonds are just manicured beautifully. And we have Lexi Clark coming in to pitch for the Lady Leafs. We're in the top of the 5th inning here. The Lady Leafs lead 11-1. Stevens High School from New Jersey has got to score here in the first inning, or excuse me, in this inning, or the game will be over because of the 10-run rule. So Lexi Clark promptly decided to hit the first batter. She didn't decide to, but she did anyway. So the first batter reaches. That gives Stevens a little bit of life here, a little bit of reason to believe that maybe they can pick up a run and prolong this game. I'm sure they'd like to have a nice big rally and make this thing go deep into the morning here, but Lady Leafs would like to put an end to this thing. But yeah, so the Stevens team is now trying to pick up 1 run just to prolong this game. They have to get at least 1 run or the game is over at the end of this half of the inning. Talking earlier about the Lady Leafs, and it's a slap foul. Talking about the Lady Leafs enjoying themselves down here. Play a doubleheader on Monday, played a doubleheader on Monday, a doubleheader today on Tuesday. And we'll have the rest of the day and all day tomorrow just to go to the parks and just enjoy the weather in Florida, hang out at the pool, do what they need to do. Ground ball to shortstop Katie Lenz, over to first in time, and that batter is retired for the first out. Call that one a 6-3. Runner moves up to second base. That runner at second base represents the run that decides whether this game goes on or not, because it is 11-1 lead. So the players, they get a full day Wednesday just to do at their leisure what they want to do. And what a wonderful time they're having down here. getting to know each other and just kind of hanging out, spending their spring break. Softball will be over after the game coming up after this. Oh, a scoop. Nice scoop by Abby Levine. Ground ball to third base. Libby Bigley shoots it over to Levine. It's a little bit low, but Levine digs it out of the dirt for the second out. So the runner moves over to third. And the cleanup batter, Ferrante, steps in. With 2 outs in the fifth, 11-1 lead. If Ferrante drives that run home, we will play on. If Ferrante doesn't drive that run home, Lady Leafs will pack it up and get ready for the next game. Pitch by Lexi Clark is outside. Lexi Clark again in to pitch. Started both games yesterday and is in relief here just to finish this one up for Emily Zadaraka. Pitch is high. Trying to find that strike zone. 31, Lexi Clark, the junior. She finds the strike zone on that one. Umpire raises his right hand, says, there you go. Once again, the cleanup batter, Ferrante, up with the game on the line. 2 outs and a fly ball foul. 11-1 lead for the Lady Leafs. 10-run rule into effect here in the 5th inning. The runner at third base could prolong the game. The batter fouls another one. The tension is running high. Lady Leafs just having a great time down here. Looking to try to finish this off for their 3rd win in 3 games. Got a game coming up next. Fly ball. Right field. Taylor Wise says no problem. Gothals comes over and congratulates her on the game, on the win, on the catch, and the Lady Leafs throw in the gloves, line up for the hand slaps at the end of the game. Coaches congratulate the umpires, thank them for doing a good job. And the Lady Leafs line up to give the team from New Jersey, Stevens High School of New Jersey, a high five. Lady Leafs win by the 10-run rule in 5 innings by a score of 11-1.
but she recognizes it early. And Danny Springer on the other end is bouncing around trying to stay warm. She really hasn't had much action down there.
Pushed over the
You know,
end
one
line,
thing
touch
too,
line.
Zach, sometimes
Galesburg
Geneseo
throw.
plays such good defense. For instance, in this game, they've allowed one shot in 70 minutes of play. Sometimes people don't realize how good a goalkeeper Danny is. She's an excellent, excellent goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Boy, I thought she was onside myself.
Offside's the call on Geneseo.
Got called offside.
Galesburg sets the free kick.
So Galesburg, you can see they're keeping 4 defenders back. Send that forward, and that's one of those formation things that we were talking about a little earlier, that they have 3 forwards up top, but they so rarely get the ball that in some ways those players
Geneseo
are
throw.
almost wasted a little bit. Geneseo trying to get some passes organized here to get another rip to goal. Drops it off. Wagner drops off to Kelsey Klein. Probing to the outside, trying to take it down.
Maple Leafs will
Galesburg
throw
pokes that
again.
out of bounds. Claire Weiss, big throw. Galesburg sends it back towards the outside. Klein trying to step in. Galesburg pushing up hard. Wolak goes hard to the ball. Get some short passes here. Nice drop back here to repass. Nice smart play by Mel Picos there. See DeBiser backing up to give her some nice passing going on here. There we go. Through to Wagner. Wagner going to goal. And again, getting into the slop there. It's just hard to control.
Trying to
things.
stop herself there.
Yeah. And sometimes you got to be smart too. When you're up 3-0, 8.5 minutes left. Weiss working up the side. Nystrom gets banged off the ball, but that's legal. Send up the side and again try and get a little triangle stuff going over there. Getting a little compressed. Dropping back the repass. Might have been off camera. Milroy's doing a nice job of dropping back, giving her an angle. Oh, nice ball through. Let's see what we can.
Offside's the call on
And the
Geneseo.
offsides again.
Galesburg will set the free kick.
Boy, I don't have the best angle on that, but it looks to me like they're onside on that one. I sure didn't see that. Kelsey Klein meets that ball. Trying to get the diagonal pass through Galesburg. Lots of legs back there. Biser trying to punch this outside. Milroy recovers. Rachel going hard.
Ball's touched out by Geneseo. Galesburg throw.
Got substitutions here.
Looks like the referee talking to Coach Klein a little bit. Go.
Nice pass by Picos. Finding alley to Smith. Great pass by DeSmith to the outside. Weiss chasing this down. Keeps it in. Dropping it back here. Picos. And this ball's going to come back in the middle. The repass has a chance to drop this out to Wolak. Nice organization between these 3 in the back. Oh, nicely fed through. No offside flag up this time. And it's going to go over the end line. And that's getting called a corner kick.
Ball's touched over the end
Got
line.
about 6 minutes left.
Corner kick set
Score
for Geneseo.
still Geneseo 3,
Setting the ball for the
Galesburg
lead,
0.
Number 6, Jordan Wagner.
To the corner
Substituting
here.
in for the Silver Streaks, number 3, Anna Barshinger. And in for Geneseo, number 5, Alex Redu.
Looks like they're getting some JV people up here.
Yeah, Alex
Playing
is a
some.
freshman. She's gotten a chance to play in some of these varsity contests kind of towards the end of them. Said Geneseo has had a real nice start this season. They're going to be 8-0 here, and I think they've outscored their opponents. This will be 27-2 that they've outscored their opponents this season. So,
Hard.
and you know, like I said, the defense they're playing good, smart defense. They've limited Galesburg to 1 shot tonight.
Geneseo throw.
Ball coming in. We'll see if we can get something here. It's just tough, Zach, with that
Ball's
mud
touched over
and
the
that
end
muck
line
down
by
there.
Geneseo.
It's just
Goal kick set for the Silver Streaks.
for all, you know, players kind of get their momentum going forward, and they just can't put the brakes on
stop,
to cut or that stuff. But you know, sometimes too in a game like this, you just need to get the last 4.5 minutes off the clock. Trying to cut the ball back. Nystrom sends us outside to Weiss. Claire cuts it back in. Shields it nicely. Kelsey Klein trying to work that outside there still. And there we go. Ball comes in. Galesburg sends that back out to
Geneseo
clear it.
throw.
Geneseo throw. We're down to 4 minutes left. 3-0 lead. Geneseo working that far sideline. They're going to bring this back. Maybe switch the point of attack here. Mel Picos looking. Nice diagonal pass towards Wagner. And just a little too much on that one. Good idea, though. Nice touch there by Klein. You can see her kind of skating along in the mud. One thing I was going to say about the defense, you've seen a lot of substitutions in other parts of the field, but you know, with Alex Redu coming in here at the end, and you usually don't see the back 3 get subbed out very much in a game. You don't have to run quite as much as the midfielders and forwards, and you see that group get used to playing with each other. So balls thrown in, and on far side, getting a little tough to pick up numbers there. You can help me out, Zach.
Geneseo throw.
Yeah,
Got one more substitution
Checking
here.
in for Geneseo, number 24, Liz Peterson.
I think this is Liz Peterson, a freshman. I think this is her first chance to play in a varsity contest. Jordan Wagner coming out. I think Jordan gets the prize for the muddiest socks tonight.
yeah.
She has one that's basically black.
Surprised how white,
Geneseo
though, a lot
throw.
of their jerseys still are.
You know, part of that too, though, is you're playing a controlled game,
Yeah.
and you know, you're passing, and you're making your pass before the other player can close on you,
Yeah.
and that sort of thing.
2 minutes. We've got less than 2 minutes to play in the game.
Corner kick, and kind of missed who's entering this ball this time. Ball gets popped up in the air, and
Ball's
looks like it's
deflected
going
off
to be another
Galesburg. Geneseo will
corner kick.
set the corner kick.
Number 5, I
Setting
think,
the
is
corner,
Alex
Alex
Redu.
Redu.
Another attempt there. We'll see where that ball ends up. It goes out of bounds again by Galesburg. Geneseo kind of getting the mixer going there. Ball comes in again. Gets redirected. Bang.
Oh,
Keeper gets back up on her feet. Boy, that's a good job. She stopped a point blank shot there. Claire Weiss looking to maybe switch the attack here a little bit. We got a minute left. Ball's going to carry out of
Galesburg will
bounds.
take the throw.
And we're down to 50 seconds, 3-0 lead. So anyway, if you get a chance, come out and see Geneseo play. They'll be home again next Tuesday. This is Monday the 20th, so they'll be home next week, and hopefully the weather will be a little warmer and nicer, but got a great season going, and it'll be a good chance for you to come out and
Galesburg throw.
support the team.
Down just under 30 seconds now.
And keep the ball pinned down there, and it's a Geneseo throw in. Don't really need to rush to throw the ball in here. And
10,
the ball gets
9,
sent in.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Galesburg just
3,
clear that out of
2,
bounds. And
1.
there we go. So anyway, a nice 3-0 win. I think that moves Geneseo to
That's
8-0
the end of this
for the
evening's varsity
season.
contest with the final
We had a
score.
big
The
win the
Geneseo
other night,
Maple
but
Leafs
we're
3,
glad to bring this to you. I'm
Galesburg
Clark
Silver
Brookins
Streaks
and
0.
Zach Mackey. Glad to have you along tonight.
Galesburg with
Yeah,
0 shots
glad
on
to be
goal
here.
the second half for a game total of
So
1
anyway,
shot on
great
goal.
game for Geneseo,
For
and
Geneseo
wish
Maple
them
Leafs,
good luck.
8
They've
shots
got
on
a
goal.
very
The
busy
second half for a game total
weekend
of
coming up,
17 shots
and
on goal.
we'll look to see how they come
Scoring
through
summary for this
over the
evening's
next
game.
week.
Geneseo first
So,
goal scored in the 37th
thank you,
minute
Channel
of the game
50.
by number 9, Caitlin Ebarb. On the assist number
This time, nobody even knows he has the ball. 38 for the touchdown, Patton. I don't think anybody realized he had the ball that time because nobody even looked at him except for a defensive back. The whistle's blowing. There's a flag on the play. Flag on the play. I haven't seen any indication yet from the referee what it was. Sometimes they'll give you a preliminary call before they actually. Now he's going to do it.
Legal participation. Maybe they broke the huddle with, looks like it's against Geneseo as he initially signed.
They're marching it back towards the end zone now.
But once again, this is the first game for everybody here, and right now the
I
refs are a
think
little
he may
confused.
have pointed the wrong way. I think he
Yeah,
pointed the wrong way
I
there.
think they got Manly with an illegal participation again, 12 men on the field, and they even with 12 guys, they couldn't stop Patton on that run.
So they'll go for the PAT. Scores 34-0. 7:23 left in the third period. Kicks up. Nice kick that time by Johnson. That's good to make the score 35-0. Green Machine up on top of Manly here on the opening game of the year.
But once again, be the fifth caller to La Roma's Pizza every time Geneseo scores a touchdown and win a free large 2-topping pizza. Radio listeners only, must redeem within 1 week.
Next week we're at home here against the Moline Maroons here at Geneseo High School, and that evening will be the night that the field will be dedicated in the name of Coach Bob Reed, and something that certainly will be something memorable for not just Coach Reed and his family, but also all the players and coaches that have played under him or worked under him in the years of his success here at Geneseo.
Well deserved. I mean, he's what put Geneseo football on the map was Bob Reed, and not only did he take it here, but he also, you know, he brought it to Augustana and won a bunch of championships down there to take it to the next level. So that's definitely congratulations to Bob Reed, and it's well deserved.
So with the touchdown run that Patton had moments ago with a penalty of illegal participation, they will now mark that penalty off on the kickoff. So we will tee it up at the Manly 45-yard line. Pooch this ball up high in the air and see what may happen with 7:23 left in the third quarter. He wanted to go for the goalpost. That is good.
Oh, he got it.
Through the uprights goes the ball by Johnson. That's put the uprights a little bit more down the center than what his extra points do, it looks like.
Well,
So,
yeah,
nice
if
one.
I know it was off a tee, but if that wasn't off a tee, that would have been a 55-yard field goal try, John. So that's definitely a nice weapon to have, you know, down the future. But right now, you know, Manly's just confused on defense. They're having problems, you know, actually seeing who's got the ball. That time, once again, you just fake to the big bruiser, Jason Johnson, up the middle, and you give it to the second man through.
Yep.
This time it was Patton. We've seen Akers. We've also seen Balaguer, we've seen them all, and with the same success. You got to credit the front line up there for making the holes. But right now, Manly's just chasing air, and it's showing. It's 35-0, 7:23 here in the third. And once again, they're running guys on late. We're probably looking at maybe a delay of game.
So they take the ball over the 20-yard line. 2 backs, T formation in the backfield. 2 receivers to the right side of Geneseo's defense. Looking to get outside, nothing going. Kroger tries to turn it in. Gets around the corner, still on his feet. He's going to pick up the first down, gets it out to about the 35-yard line. Poseen chases him down from behind. Along with number 82's there is Michael Ward from the linebacker position.
Well, that's a great job by Michael Poseen, a senior 6'2", 200 as a front line, and did a nice job of making his way back to actually catch the runner from behind after he caught the first down. And one thing that we haven't even really seen from Chicago Manly is how athletic and how much speed they actually have, because Geneseo's contained them all night.
Yeah, that time I thought they had him contained also in the backfield, and he scoots through. Sure, we get that turned in. 1st and 10 for Manly from the 35, from their own 35-yard line. Geneseo up by the score 35-0. Just inside 7 minutes left here in this third quarter. Also in the game right now is Chase Shannon at the linebacker position. Balaguer walks up tight. Now he'll loosen himself up and go back to his position. Drop back the pass, big pressure, puts the ball in the air. That's deflected up front, intercepted by, I believe Hamer had that in his hands. It had a lot of green space in front of him, about 55 yards of it. When it goes through his hands on the interception attempt, incomplete pass. It'll bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Manly Wildcats.
Well, the end result wasn't what you wanted to see out there, but he did a nice job. He never took his eye off the ball, and the receivers, I don't even think they knew where the ball was, but Hamer did a nice job of coming up there. And once again, that's a sophomore out there that's been moved up playing varsity football. So, you know, little nerves out there, and, you know, I'm sure his teammates are going to let him hear about this after the game.
They go wide receiver that same side again. Akers along with Hamer still in the coverage. Balaguer playing center field. They're going to try to get around the corner. Stringing it out. That time, Deppy plays that one nice. That time, number 89 for the Leafs. He played that blocker, just strung him out and just.
Well, he just cleaned his clock,
yeah,
John.
he did. He took him down a nice open field tackle, and there's a flag on the play.
Yeah, that time it looked like the running back was hesitant and was waiting for a hole, and that time he didn't have to wait too long before the Geneseo just came up there and just clobbered him. And nice defensive play by Geneseo, and once again we got a Manly penalty.
Holding on the play by Manly, on Manly. Poseen's waiting to see what the Stripes want to do out there.
Really impressed with
They're
these
going to decline it.
with these Geneseo linebackers. They seem like they are attacking a lot more this year than they have in the past, where they're not waiting for the runner to come to them. They're actually going up and getting the runner, and that means losses in the backfield, not gains. And Geneseo's defense, nice job doing it tonight. Here ahead 35-0 with 6:27 left in the third.
Call it 3rd and 15 for Manly from their 31-yard line. Trying to get that ball up the middle that time, and Geneseo just snuffs it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 of them in the tackle that time. Poseen leads the charge, number 74. Fourth down.
Once again, just the same result. They tried going up the middle a little bit, and you know, if the first guy there, he takes on the tackler, and then the second guy holds him up, and then you see 3 or 4 yellow helmets come flying in to make the tackle, and it's been like that all night.
Yep. So Manly will once again go back into punt formation, just inside 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Back deep goes Lemke along with Balaguer. They don't both go back the same distance. One goes about 5 yards short of the other one. That's a long kick that time. Drives Balaguer back to his own 31-yard line. He's got a chance to get a wall over there. He's got a wall. He's got nobody in front of him. He got one blocker to beat. And, they caught him from behind that time. Big speed that time by number 28. Hadley caught him from behind over after a pickup or a return of almost. We got a flag on the play.
Well, you almost don't even have to announce you have a flag on the play anymore, John. It's a given.
About a 35-yard return. That's going to be negated by a block on the far sideline, right at the 50-yard line in front of Coach Bob Thomas. As he stands there, flag stands right in front of him.
Well, that's too bad. Geneseo had a nice wedge. Good kick by Manly, and then sometimes if you outkick your coverage, that's what happens. Balaguer did a nice job of making his way back towards the wedge. It was set up great, had some room, got caught from behind, but maybe part of the reason that wedge was set up so good it was a legal block in the
You
back.
always wonder. Jake did a nice job that time, starting with his first motion upfield, then breaks out to the wedge. That sucks everybody in. 1st and 10 leaves from their own 41-yard line. Havlin out wide near side. Up by a score 35-0. Drop for a loss in the play that time as he bounced backwards. In the backfield carrying the ball that time was Balaguer that time, number 28.
Well, I'll give defensive credit to Manley that time. That's the first time I think I've seen him actually stop the second man through today, John. And, you know, it took him pretty much through the third quarter to understand what was going on out there, but they did a nice job, and that time Balaguer just couldn't shake it.
Lawson checks into the game, number 65. The junior. Up we come. 2nd and a long 10 for 43 left. Shotgun formation. Gives the ball up the middle. Gets back to the first down plus a couple. That time on the carry goes Johnson. About the 42-yard line and bring up a 3rd and long for the Maple Leafs.
Well, this would be a passing down. We just saw that the version of a short shotgun or a pistol formation where he takes about 2 steps back and then they just quick snap it to him. And he can either read the offense that way by running it or he can actually pass it. And this would be an opportunity to pass the ball here, 3rd and we'll call it a long 8.
Bogan checks in, number 60, next to Craig, the center. Tight formation, double wing set. Right down the seam it goes this time. Havlin on the catch, still on his feet. First down, ooh, he thought about breaking it. Gets it down to the 33-yard line. Just a simple raise up, 3-step, throw the ball. Havlin, nice catch, and showed some good speed once he got the ball.
That's a great weapon, a great play call, because you saw they actually went in tight, and I saw the same thing. I thought they're going to run it here on 3rd and 8 and just hope they get a long run. And nice job by the coaching staff there to recognize that Manley was going to pull all their guys, and just once again the senior Adam Havlin with the touchdown pass already, 6'2", 175, just snuck a senior out straight down, and Atwell did a great job of hitting him.
Down to the 33-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Leafs. Crossbuck action in the backfield. This time, breaking free is Johnson. Going to get close to a first down, almost a 10-yard pickup by Johnson off the right side.
Well, once again, you see it's amazing how the run game just benefits from the pass game.
Yep.
You saw it right there. And it got those DBs and linebackers thinking, oh, my goodness, they might pass again. And right there, Johnson just gashed him for 9 yards. Second and 1 from the Manley 33-yard line.
Up by the score of 35-0 with 3:24 left in the third period. Geneseo comes up with a 2nd and a yard from their 23-yard line. Atwell at quarterback. Going to keep it. Got a corner in front of him. Got one blocker. Johnson's going to make a block out in front of him. Atwell at the 1-yard line gets knocked out of bounds off the keeper off the left side. Johnson makes a nice block downfield, but the pursuit by the Manley defensive backs knock Atwell out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Well, that time just an option left, and the quarterback's got the option to either cut it up the middle or actually pitch to the back. And that time Manley just, credit Geneseo, they just cleared that whole left side out. And he had a race to the pylon, and unfortunately Manley got him at the 1-yard line.
A dive there would have got him in maybe. And nevertheless, it's 1st and goal from the 1, inside 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Overload on the left side, going to go that same way. On the carry goes Balaguer. Touchdown, Geneseo. Dude, that was Akers. Well, that was Balaguer there that time. On the carry.
Well, that's a senior. He's got a knack for the football, and that time just set up by actually it was set up by a 3rd and long. Nice little seam pass to Havlin, which kept the drive alive, and then followed by Johnson run, and then Atwell down to the 1, and then Balaguer capping it off. But Geneseo's offense once again clicking. It's really nice of your offense when you're two-dimensional, when you can run the ball and pass the ball, and we're seeing a little bit of that tonight.
41-0. Maple Leafs up on top of the Manley Wildcats. Makes for a long bus ride home.
Well, you're starting to see it on in the Manley sideline. They're just, they're getting ran over.
Got everybody sitting down on the bench. Johnson puts it through to make it 42-0. Maple Leafs with 2:51 left in this third quarter. And with that,
be the 5th caller to La Roma's Pizza every time Geneseo scores a touchdown and win a free large 2-topping pizza. Radio listeners only, must redeem within 1 week.
And in addition to that, it's 42-0. It's continuous clock now, right?
Continuous clock.
All right.
I think does that include penalties? I hope. I tell you what, the only thing busier than the referees tonight is probably La Roma's Pizza right now. So I know that with 2:51 left here in the third quarter, Geneseo takes a 42-0 lead. And, you know, you take away maybe a few mistakes here and there, but Geneseo for the opening nights look sharp.
Well, we have a 42-point lead. That's going to mean we're going to have some, probably have some new fellas in the game here. Of course, they're all new fellas this, first game of the season for us, but I never can stress the dividends that will pay on down the season when these kids get a chance to have to step in for an injury or something like that they've already had the experience of getting some quality time here the rest of this game if your second stringers or your B squad. So
you hope it never happens, but you're one play away from being a starter on that sideline.
Johnson has it teed up, kicking towards the south end zone. No breeze at all. He's going to go for that goalpost again. It's going to be over the head of the return man. The ball's going to roll in the end zone. That'll kill the ball and bring it out to the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for Manley with 2:51 left in the third quarter. 42-0 Maple Leafs. And the referees are calling for that clock to get moving. There we go.
Best call tonight. Well, you can just see it. The Manly players, just walking out there on offense. They realize 42-0 that, they've made mistakes all night long, and it's really cost them. And Geneseo's, taking full advantage of those. And
there's some hurting fellows over here too.
Yeah, Geneseo's played hard. You can hear the hitting down here on the sideline, and I guarantee you those guys that are getting ready to come in the game for Geneseo aren't planning on letting up because this is their opportunity to shine.
Got 61, Jeremy Olson in there. Number 72, Josh Rice in the game. Try to get as many as we can. 56, Nick Rubino. Havlin back at the free safety position. Try to set more of them as we go along here. We're going to go out wide, turn it in this time. Number 33 on the tackle, I believe it was. Tyler Clays turns the play in from the end position.
Well, Geneseo's defense done a great job all night of not letting any big plays happen. We haven't seen one big play. I believe the only longest run they had was actually before halftime, which was a penalty that Geneseo declined. So Geneseo's defense, especially with the speed and the athleticism of a Chicago Manly coming in here, has done a great job of just slowing this team down.
Try to grab some more names here as we go along. Number 80 for the Leafs, Matt Lloyd. Second and 9 for Manly. Give the ball up the middle. Linebackers make contact there. A little bit of pickup, maybe 7 yards on the play. First contact was made by number 56 for the Leafs, Nick Rubino.
Nice hit by Rubino to come up there. You can hear that all the way across here. And a nice night for football. There's not too much wind, and you can hear the contact. And like we said, these guys are, getting their opportunity to shine now. They've had the same practices and two-a-days that these starters have had and had to beat up on their buddies. Now it's a chance to take it out on somebody else.
So it's 3rd and 4 for Manly. I formation, double wide right side. Give the ball to the man up the middle. He's going to be short of the first down. It'll be a 4th down for him, but I imagine they will go for that 4th down situation. It'll be about 4th and about a foot or two from here. And the clock's still running. Holding face mask on Manly. That does stop the clock. A penalty does stop the clock, Josh.
Well, they got it running, so.
They got her going again, huh?
Somebody must have communicated to the Geneseo. Just keep it running.
They haven't opened took a poll up there in the press box. Are we going to let it run or? Whatever it was the right answer. Clock's on the move. That'll do it for the end of the third period. So at the end of 3 quarters of play here at Geneseo, we never have got a call yet on the penalty. I think it's face mask on them. But at the end of 3 periods of play here at Geneseo, it's the Maple Leafs 42, Manly 0.
This TV50 telecast is sponsored in part by B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, On Guard Security, Central Bank, Geneseo, Chicago Street Decorating Center, Vandemore Funeral Homes, Eric Henderson and Greg Anderson of Country Insurance and Financial Services, Geneseo Dairy Queen, Stackhouse Moore Funeral Services, Farmers National Bank, Geneseo Telephone Company, Holland & Sons, Hammond Henry Hospital, Hazelwood Homes, IDC Technology Solutions, Geneseo Good Samaritan Village, Northside Rexall Drug, ProTech Auto Body, Turpins of Geneseo. Please patronize these fine businesses and let them know you appreciate their support of this TV50 telecast.
Welcome back as we get set to start this fourth quarter of action here at Geneseo High School in the varsity field. Geneseo's up with a score of 42-0, and nothing. Actually, at the end of the first quarter, the score was 0-0, and then we just started turning things up a little bit in that second quarter, and since then it's been nothing but Geneseo. Every time we've got possession, I think we've punted once, I believe, this evening.
In that first quarter, Geneseo only had the one lone possession, and that was actually a penalty cost them, and they had a field goal go right. So it's not lack of production that they hadn't had it. It's just mistakes, and they didn't have the ball that often. In the second quarter, they actually had the opportunities and put some big points up.
42-0, continuous clock now for this whole fourth quarter. They drop back to pass. Manley throws the ball deep this time. Havlin on the coverage. Long, nice throw, but incomplete down near the 50-yard line. They'll bring up a fourth and 11 for Manley.
Well, good time. That you knew the pass was coming eventually. They're going to have to go deep if they want to put some points on the board. And that time, Havlin did a great job of over the top on the receiver and let nothing by him. That's what you're taught, and he did a great job of doing it. So right now, Manley facing a 4th and 11 from their own 27, with 11:23 counting down before the end of this ball game.
Yeah, Havlin was stride for stride with him the whole way.
He showed some good speed. He had that reception there earlier and pretty much ran away from everybody, and you really liked the way he looks.
They are going to go for it. 4th, 11 from their own 19. Drop back to pass once again. Incomplete. Ooh. Closely. That
Bout made a nice one-handed grab, and if he would have caught it, he would have been gone.
Yeah, if he would have caught that, he would have been gone. And then, so that'll be 4th down. They'll turn the ball over to Geneseo. 1st and 10 from the, let's call it the 18-yard line.
Well, hats off to this first-team offense. They did exactly what they had to do, put 42 points up on the board, and when they had the opportunities, they took advantage of them. Made some nice big holes for the running back, and did some nice pass blocking for the quarterback to give him time to find a couple guys.
Timeout, Geneseo.
I'd just let the clock run and maybe take a delay of game here, John. But that's a good call. He's going to put all his second and third stringers. Everybody deserves a chance here. 42-0. They've worked just as hard as the first stringers. So now we get to see some other people out there playing some football.
Well, if let's see, the clock runs while there's a penalty. If we use all our time app between plays, take a delay of game. Took about 4 delayed games in a row. We'd be that'd be all right.
One thing new out here, not only with the Jumbotron, we also have play clocks on each end, which first time that we've had that, 25-second clock. No more coaches holding the clipboard up there and then just...
Well, we've got some technical problems on that aspect, too. I think there's still some question on how that's going to work with referees coinciding with the... what was that? That sounded like a horn honking. The referee's 25 seconds coordinating with what the clock says. So Geneseo's offense is back on the field. Running the show will be, looks like Sean Berry, the quarterback. At the quarterback position, sends a man in motion, second man through. Whoa, got stuck right there at the point of attack on the carry that time. There's another flag on the play. On the carry that time, I believe it was Akers, number 22, is met right at the point of attack.
Well, at this point of the game, if it isn't blatant, I'm not sure you should even throw the flag anymore, John. I mean, this is starting to get to the point where...
Holding Geneseo.
You know, freshmen are going to be warming up out here for too long.
Illegal block on the back against Geneseo.
So a loss in the play after the penalty moves the ball back to the 30-yard line. It's called the 29-yard line. It's called 1st and 20 for the Leafs. Double wing set. Barry, the quarterback, has him set. Sends one in motion. Gives the ball up the middle. Nothing going that time. Josh Ward in one of the wing-back positions, or the two-back.
Well,
Schneider on the carry.
The second and third string for Geneseo is also going to be going against Manly's first string because, quite frankly, John, they just don't have the people to platoon in there, and substitute. These are going to be starters the whole way through. And right now that Geneseo's second team coming on there got a quick holding call that backed him up, but it's going to bring up second and 18 from the Manly 29.
Schneider's lines up at the 3-back or the fullback position. He's got a huge wrap on his right side, his hand. Gives the ball that time to Akers. Going to be up close to the first down. Now he's going to be 5 yards short of the first down. Off that right side goes Akers with the carry that time. Got to pick up the number 32 on the carry. Walters, Andrew Walters, another sophomore. Heard his name quite a bit this evening on the sophomore level.
It looks deceiving. He runs just like Akers, small to the ground and makes a nice cut that time. And Andrew Walters, another sophomore contributing to this varsity team. And we've seen quite a few out here on the playing field that have made some nice plays.
Clock's on the move. Geneseo's up by the score of 42-0. Up they come. Josh Rice in there. Over the ball, snapping the ball. Rubino. Try to get as many as we can. Overload to the left side. Manley jumps off sides, and that's going to move it. Nice play by the Leafs. Still playing some strategy games here. That'll march off 5 and make us 3rd and short rather than 3rd and 6.
Yeah, this team out here right now for Geneseo, if they're able to capitalize this, they were facing a 2nd and almost 20 to start this drive off. They had, I'm sure they had a little jitters too to get out there in their first possession of this ball game, and with 7:52 counting down, they're looking at a 2nd and 2 from the Manly 16.
79, Eric Flaker's in the game along with Justin Dinsberger, number 86. Takes that ball up the middle that time.
Schneider, the ball carrier.
Schneider with the carry, and I can't see how he can carry the ball with that big old pad or the wrap on his left side.
That's good enough for a first down, so they go ahead and move the sticks here. At one time they were facing a 3rd and 18.
Yes.
And now they're looking at 1st and goal from about the Manly 7 or 8 yard line.
And up they come. Like I said, 3rd and 2. Clock's on the move, 7:14. Overload to the left side. Gonna go that same way in the carry. Ooh. Carry that time by number 25, Josh Ward.
I don't. The scoreboard isn't right. I think that was 1st and goal. So this will be second and goal from about the 5 yard line.
I think you're right. That's exactly right. Barry at the quarterback position, number 12. He's a junior, 6 foot, 155 pounds.
Well, right now, the Manly defense just gassed. Like we said, they don't have the platoon to sub in at all. So this is the same crew that was going against the first stringers, and now Geneseo looking to punch it in.
25 with the carry that time. Josh Ward once again off that left side. Trying to pound it down there closer and closer. Clock's on the move, 6:12 left. Geneseo's up by the score 42-0, and game has not been in question since the start of the second quarter.
Well, right now you're looking at obviously 42-0. Geneseo's not going to put a field goal up here, so they're looking at 2 plays here on 3rd down to try to punch it in here and get the score to 49.
Doesn't look as if anybody came out of the game this evening with any type of injuries or anything that that caused any stoppage of play. Full house backfield behind Barry. Gives the ball up to Gut this time. Touchdown Geneseo. On the carry that time for the Leafs, Schneider, number 29. Touchdown for Geneseo, 48-0 on top of Manly.
Touchdown, Geneseo, number 29, Joe Schneider.
Well, nice job by Geneseo second teamers to come in there. They didn't even miss a beat. They got that holding penalty that backed them up a little bit and took advantage of that and executed just like the first teamers. They went ahead and got the first down on a long 2nd and 18. Were able to convert, and then on 3rd down and goal, they went ahead and punched it in, John. So 48-0 with the extra point to come.
bring the first unit back on, the field goal unit. Johnson up and good for the Leafs to make it 49 zip here with 5:31 left in this ball game.
Once again, be the 5th caller to La Roma's Pizza every time Geneseo scores a touchdown and win a free large 2-topping pizza. Must redeem in 1 week for radio listeners only. Well, with 5:31, the clock will stop here while Geneseo gets ready to kick this ball off. 49-0. Geneseo just manhandling Chicago Manly.
You're right, Josh. It's just been we've got our legs underneath us after that first quarter. We got the nerves out of the way, and then we started playing football. And since then, it's been no looking back. Everything's been all cylinders going the right direction against a big team. We had to push some big kids around. Also, some pretty good athletes out there.
Yeah, this is a team that made the playoffs last year, so you don't really know how to judge yourself, but other than by the people that you play, and right now 49-0 is pretty good.
Yep. Johnson tees it up, and that ball end over end hits at the 1 yard line, 1 or 2 yard line, and Manly will bring it out to the 20 for their first and 10. I'm sure at this point they're just interested in, they'd like to put the ball in the end zone, but I think they, more than anything, would like to get things over with and head down I-80.
Yeah, you got a beat up team there in Chicago Manly that they take a lot of hits. You know, the quarterback, like we said, they don't have many players at Geneseo to sub, so you got the starting quarterback and the starting wide receivers and running backs out there as well. And they've been punished all game long, and at 49-0 with the continuous clock, 5:13 counting down. It's just a matter of time before this ball game's over, and they know it. But Geneseo's got some other guys out here that, they got their second stringers in, some guys with some opportunities, so they're going to be coming full blast at them.
Up front, that's Eric Flaker, number 79, up front, along with Jeremy Olson, nose guards, number 56, Nick Rubino. 2 backs split in the backfield for Manly. Big pursuit from the backside by Geneseo. Running back still on his feet. They stack him up, drag him down right at the 20-yard line. Not a run and a lot of action there. Brought down by Blake. Kolb. Sorry about that. We'll have to get that straightened out before next week.
Yeah, senior 5'9", 175, getting an opportunity to play. Did a nice job of coming in there and making a tackle. And that's one of the things you want to see from these guys. Like we talked about, you hate to have the scenario that an injury puts you in a starting role, but some of these guys are exactly that away from being a starter. So this is your opportunity to shine and show exactly what you got.
2nd and 8 from the 22-yard line. High backs in the backfield. Nice play that time by. Ball was fumbled and recovered by Geneseo. That was a big play that time by Dinsberger. Justin Dinsberger, number 86, got in and wrapped it up, and I think he helped strip that ball out and recovered by Geneseo.
Well, from bad to worse with Manly, that time they just trying to get some extra yards, and they were able to, Geneseo's defenders were able to rip the ball out and get a turnover. And that's one thing that Geneseo, credit Geneseo's offense tonight, especially, that no turnovers, John.
First and 10 for the Maple Leafs after the fumble recovery at the Wildcat 22-yard line.
22-yard line for the Geneseo Maple Leafs offense as they are chomping at the bit here with 3:12 left to maybe push it in the second unit, push another one in here. Barry leads a wishbone attack in the backfield. They're all going left side. That time, Josh Warden to carry once again that left side. It gets swallowed up pretty good that time by the Manly defense.
Well, 2:52 counting down. Geneseo 49-0. At looking at a second and 9 at the 22-yard line of Manly, trying to get this score over 50, and obviously they want to. Defense has done a nice job of keeping that 0 on the board.
49-0. 2 minutes and 34 seconds left in this game.
And that's 49. It was 0-0 at the end of the first quarter, so Geneseo has done a nice job in 3.
Derek May in the game at left side, tight end. Wishbone formation. Going the right, so big hole that time. Still on his feet, going with the ball. That time, number 32, I believe it was, once again, Andrew Walters.
Yeah, Andrew Walters, the sophomore, like we talked about, 5'9", 150, low to the ground, and that it's almost like that Barry Sanders like when you're that close and that low to the ground, you could just make a cut, and he just cut back and left the defender standing there and did a nice job of picking up the first down, and now Geneseo's second unit, once again, first and goal from the...
They're going to take a knee here. So with the 140, the Maple Leafs take a knee inside the 10-yard line. They're going to let things run down as long as they can't eat up as much clock. And
well, that's good sportsmanship, John. At minute 28 left, continuous clock, 49-0. This game's way out of reach for Manly and Geneseo's. I think they came in here. They're happy with what they did. The second team came in there, put a score on. So good sportsmanship by Geneseo just to run this clock out and finish this game.
The clock ball's put in play at minute 9 left on the clock, so we can run it down
and you can
from
tell,
there.
You can tell by that defense out there, they're just exhausted as far as Manly.
Very glad to see the Geneseo walk up in a formation as they are. Inside a minute now. Barry goes under center, will take the ball, step back, and take a knee. And now if they work this right, if the guys in the striped shirts work this right, they won't mark the ball so quickly.
They'll probably throw a flag here with about 5 seconds left.
And the ball was set with about 40 seconds, and now they're going to whistle it in play with 30 seconds, and they got that right. So that'll do it for the ball game. Geneseo doesn't have to run another play, but I think they're going to. I think the chain gang gave up on this near sideline. And that'll do it for the game. With 10 seconds left, Geneseo will be victorious to open up this 08 campaign as they'll put a mark on the win side, 1-0 on the season, and Moline next week.
Well, you're going to have Moline coming here, and we've seen that in the past. There are going to be some big crowds, and anticipate a big setting here, and Geneseo's going to have another test.
So that'll do it for Geneseo, for the game tonight here at Geneseo. Opening game, the Geneseo Maple Leafs with 49, the Manly Wildcats 0. We'll be back on the radio side to bring you all the stats right after this.
Please tonight have a safe drive home.
Bradley had 14 yards in the evening. The quarterback, Matthews, had a minus 27. And Buckler had 2 yards for Manly for a total of 39 yards rushing on the evening for Manly. Passing the ball, no yards for Manly. On the Geneseo side of the ball, got a whole list of guys that toted the pigskin